Welcome back to your favorite non-leftist lesbian channel. We have another controversial conversation for you today. And this time it is female masking. Over and over again, we are seeing more people with mental illnesses, fetishes, kinks, or just plain misogynistic males claiming to be women or claiming new identities. And it's not okay. In this case, this guy has childhood trauma, and I say that in quotes because is it really trauma? We don't know. And has developed a female persona to cope with it.
Mir sind quasi zwei Persönlichkeiten rangereift. Denn mein Vater und der später nachfolgende Stiefvater, die waren quasi noch verbandelt mit dem Krieg und was alles dazugehörte. Die Jungs weinen nicht, einen kleinen Kratzer nach Hause gebracht, das was er immer... Ach, das bisschen, was willst du nur da stehen? Du musst dein Leben bestreiten.
Yes, trauma is a very real thing, and we've been seeing trauma responses talked about more openly over the last 5 years, more than ever before. Dissociative identity disorder is one of them, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up this older video. It's just like people have no backbone anymore. No one wants to put in the hard work, no one wants to go to therapy. People simply go on TikTok, they self-diagnose, and just expect everybody in the world to go along with it.
Du musst aber fahren.
Fühlst du dich jetzt?
Genau so. Nur noch die Haare.
And listen, as a libertarian who fully, truly believes that if you are not hurting anybody, go on about your business. My question for myself and for other people watching this would be, what if this is hurting other people? What if this person is hurting themselves? Is not healing correctly a form of self-harm? Is there a way to heal correctly? I think so, honestly. I think developing a made-up personality is definitely not the way to go. I mean, I almost want to compare it to kids that had imaginary friends when they were young to cope with not having any real friends.
Was macht denn die Maske mit dir?
Sie verhüllt mein wahres Gesicht.
Honestly, it's sad, right? And this is what my friend Marcus had to say about this.
It has nothing to do with trans. I mean, what? Who says it's trans?
Well, it's called female masking. So I guess it's not trans, but it's calling this female masking.
Oh, right.
Suggests like a transition of some kind.
But it has nothing to do with being female. Like, that's the offensive part. It all comes from trauma, I think. When it's when someone is doing something extreme, it always comes from some form of trauma.
But he does say that two personalities, and one of them is like a woman personality, if that's what he's saying.
That's not healthy. It's not healthy to have different personalities. Like, be yourself all the time. You know, the only way he can feel good about himself is if he's like covering himself from head to toe, like changing his face and his entire body.
Yeah, in any other situation, we would say, listen, this is not probably the healthiest thing. I know people are commenting in the chat, like, to each their own, yes. But at the same time, I feel like when I see something unhealthy, I don't want to be like, well, it's not unhealthy for me, so it can be, like, I'm okay with it being unhealthy for somebody else.
Make sure you guys are following me on Rumble, by the way, if you aren't already. I do live streams every week, and we talk about controversial conversations and topics that we don't get to cover necessarily on this channel. Link is in the description below. And yet, back to the topic. I think this is why so many teens are doing this sort of thing nowadays. In regards to hating themselves and identifying literally as anything other than themselves, or just identifying as anything and trying to not really seek and go in depth about figuring out who they are. And I mean, at this point, can we blame them, honestly? How can kids even know what it means to be a girl when we have two idiots like this claiming that they know what girlhood is better than actual girls?
Girlhood becomes stronger when there's more of us behind it.
Obviously, big difference between being a trans woman or a trans girl versus being a biological woman, being a biological girl. And for those who are not in agreement with me, and I know there's gonna be a ton of you, what if I made a video about what it means to be a trans woman? Obviously, people would not be okay with that because I am not a trans woman, just like these people are not girls. They are trans women, maybe, or non-binary people, but they are not girls. So how do they know what girlhood means?
Only certain people are allowed in, but who's allowing? That's the real question.
Do you have any relationship to the concept of girlhood?
I absolutely do. I find girlhood to be inspiring.
You don't even know what girlhood is, Jeffrey. You don't even identify as a trans woman. You're not even a trans woman. You're non-binary. Why are you speaking on womanhood or girlhood when you have no lived experience as such? Yes, you might know what it's like to be feminine, to enjoy feminine things, makeup, whatever, but that's not what makes you a girl. And that's what you're telling young girls that it means to be a girl. If you don't like this stuff, you're not a girl. If you do like this stuff, you're a girl. No. So naturally, we have a ton of young gay women who do not like girly things, because that's how lesbians tend to be, who are claiming other identities because they are being told and shown that if I don't like girly things, it must mean I'm not a girl. Also, can I just say the absolute balls, pun intended, that it takes to sit there as literally two biological males, neither who have any actual or very minimal lived experiences as a woman, talking about girlhood like they know what it is to the rest of the world. Literal balls.
There are a lot of human beings who are girls who transcend what their gender is supposed to be.
Credit where credit's due. I am glad that Jeffrey said this here, because girls do not need to be typical girls to be girls. We just talked about this. But if that is the case, and girls are just girls because girls are female, that's basically what Jeffrey's saying here, then why are you claiming to know what girlhood is, Jeffrey? Because you are not female. You just said this. How are you going? You can't have it both ways. And of course, now because we have males dictating what it means to be female, we have shit like this happening. This just happened last week when Riley Gaines spoke out against trans women competing in female sports. Riley Gaines was one of the women in college that was forced to swim against Leah Thomas.
I'm coming, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good.
I mean, do you see how one thing bleeds into another? Do you see how all of them affect each other? Do you see why I keep talking about this all? First it's trauma, then it's changing of words and definition, then it's changing the laws, and then it is videos like this.
You're forgetting that I'm literally a lesbian though, so clearly lesbians do dick, and always have. Actually, since like the year and a half that I've been identifying as a lesbian, I haven't hooked up with a single cis woman. And it's not because they don't want to, it's because cis women are literally just not pretty.
The crazy thing about this video isn't the fact that, once again, a biological male is saying that lesbians need to like and enjoy penis. It's actually the fact that this couldn't be a more male thing to do. This is quite literally the very stereotypical thing of guy hits on girl, girl rejects guy, guy says, you ain't that pretty anyway, you ain't that hot. And this brings us back to the idea of males once again claiming to know what girlhood is. Imagine just for a second that this were the other way around. Actually, we don't have to imagine anymore. There's a person on TikTok doing exactly this, and it's hilarious.
Hey, yo, this is day 100 of me being a boy. And listen to this, bro. Today I'm going to the doctor to get checked for prostate cancer. Now, I see you guys all up in my comments, all you cis men, saying I'm making a mockery of men, or I'm trying to erase men, and I don't even have a prostate. Leave me alone.
Clearly my favorite new TikTok account. But honestly, do you see how ridiculous it sounds and looks when it's coming from the other way around? When it's coming from a female pretending to know what it's like to be male. Simply by showing off male stereotypes. That's all I'm saying.
Dudes. There's no need to feel threatened. Us trans men and you cis men, we can work together to uphold the patriarchy. Our sisters in the trans woman community, they're already doing a great job of absolutely destroying the idea of feminism.
This really does show how disgusting this all is. It's like making a mockery of what it means stereotypically to be a man or a woman. Of course, this is not saying that transitioning is not okay, that living your best life as a trans person is not okay. Completely. I have trans people on this channel all the time. I love my trans friends. Oh, just because you have a trans friend doesn't mean you're not transphobic. Shut the f up. Just don't tell me that non-females are the dictators of what being female is, or non-girls, non-biological girls get to dictate and tell you what being a girl is. And honestly, somehow I really do think that they believe that it's okay and that it's actually helpful, because they are threatening everybody. I don't know why I said it like that. Because they're threatening everyone outwardly. They don't even care. Anybody who goes against them, they're threatening them.
I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make.
I am getting very it's ma'am vibes from this person. Just me.
This is a call to action and a call to arms. You need to arm up. Plain and simple. Go out, buy a gun. Learn how to use it. efficiently.
Basically, they're saying, listen, if you are not okay with a trans woman using the women's restroom, I'm just gonna shoot you. And people need to be okay with that. How about no? Buck Angel, a trans guy friend of mine, one of the most famous trans people of all time, once again nails it. He said this on Twitter: the threats from trans women like this are why women are not having it. I mean, what's next? The fat positivity community demanding airplanes give them like 2 to 3 seats just for the price of 1? It's already happening?
My petition states all plus-size passengers should be provided with an additional seat or 2 or 3 depending on their size and need. Airlines should also offer a straightforward refund process for those who are buying additional seats independently.
Yeah. It is. Plus size influencer demands airlines create bigger seats for flyers like her after complaining that chafing against armrests left her bruised, but admits ticket prices could rise for everyone if she gets her way. All I have to say is, where is Dr. Sydney Watson when you need her? If you know, you know. I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe if you have not already. And of course, go and follow me on Rumble. The links to everything are down below in the description. And other than that, I'll see you guys back here on Sunday with a brand new video. Until then, I love you. Love yourselves. Please don't make me feel like I'm the only one that's not crazy. All right. Bye.